Buckle up, everyone, because today we are diving headfirst into quantum computing.
Yeah, it's a fascinating field.
It really is.
A lot of people think it's like Star Trek stuff, but
Yeah.
it's actually real, and
Yeah.
it's happening now.
It's set to like revolutionize everything.
Totally.
So just for anyone who's maybe not super familiar with quantum computing,
Yeah.
can you give us like a really quick, like, what is it and why is it such a big deal?
So normal computers that we use every day use bits,
Right.
which can be a 0 or a 1.
Yeah.
Quantum computers use these things called qubits.
Okay.
And a qubit can be a 0, a 1, or both at the same time.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this is called superposition.
Okay.
And it gives quantum computers their power.
So it's like they can explore every possibility, like all at once.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay. So that sounds amazing.
Yeah,
But there's got to be a catch, right?
there is, yeah.
Like, what's the downside here?
It's really hard.
Okay.
These qubits are really sensitive. So like imagine trying to balance a whole stack of coins on their side.
Right.
Like any little vibration, they're going to fall over.
Yeah.
So it's like that, but with quantum information.
Oh, so it's like super delicate.
Exactly. And the more qubits you have, the harder it gets.
Oh, man. So it's, like you said, hurting butterflies.
Totally.
How do you even begin to control that?
Yeah, so scientists have been working on this problem for a long time.
Okay.
And this brings us to Google's new Willow chip.
Okay, so this Willow chip, this is like the big breakthrough.
Yeah.
What is it about this one that is so special?
So Willow is the first quantum chip to achieve what's called sub-threshold error rates.
Sub-threshold error rates.
Yeah.
Okay, break that down for me.
So as you add more qubits,
Yeah.
the errors actually go down.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, so usually more qubits, more errors.
Yeah, it gets really messy.
Yeah.
But with Willow, it's different.
Okay, so how did they actually do that?
Well, they started with a small grid of qubits,
Okay.
3 by 3, and they slowly made it bigger.
Okay.
First 5 by 5, then 7 by 7.
Okay.
And each time, they actually cut the error rate in half.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so it shows that this quantum error correction,
Right.
it can actually work on a large scale.
So this isn't just like a theory anymore.
Nope.
It's actually happening.
It's happening.
Okay, so why is that such a big deal? Why is this error correction so crucial?
Because without it, the quantum computer is basically useless.
Okay.
Like the qubits are losing information all the time.
Right.
Can't really compute anything.
It's just chaos.
Total chaos.
So Willow is like keeping things in line?
It's keeping things stable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal.
Okay, so I've also heard that this Willow chip is not just stable, but it's like crazy fast.
Oh, yeah.
Like, tell me about that.
So they ran this test
Yeah.
called the RCS benchmark.
Okay.
It's really hard.
Okay.
And Willow did it in under 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
The fastest supercomputer in the world, Frontier, would take like 10 septillion years.
10 septillion years. My brain can't even.
Yeah, it's a big number.
That's wild. Okay, so we're talking like a snail versus a spaceship.
Exactly.
This is incredible.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
And if you want to stay up to date on all the amazing things happening in the world of quantum computing, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely.
So speaking of amazing things, there's this theory going around that Willow might actually be tapping into parallel universes to achieve this speed.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is that even possible?
Well, the founder of Google Quantum AI, Hartmut Neven,
Okay.
he suggested that Willow's speed might be because it's computing in multiple universes at the same time.
Wait, so are we talking about the multiverse here, like different dimensions?
It's based on this idea called the many worlds interpretation.
Okay.
Came from a physicist named David Deutsch.
Right.
It's still just a theory,
Okay.
but it's really interesting to think about.
It is definitely interesting.
It kind of shows you the possibilities of quantum mechanics.
Okay, so maybe we're not jumping into parallel universes just yet.
Not yet.
But what does Willow's success mean for the future of quantum computing? Like, what are the next steps?
So up until now, quantum experiments have been mostly about benchmarks,
Okay.
like that RCS test,
Okay.
which is cool to show how powerful it is,
Right.
but it doesn't really have real-world applications.
Yeah.
And then the other thing has been simulations of quantum systems,
Okay.
which is useful for research.
Right.
But classical computers can still do that.
Okay, so the next big step is to find real-world problems
Exactly.
that only a quantum computer can solve.
Yeah.
So what kind of things are we talking about here?
Well, imagine being able to design drugs specifically for your DNA
Wow.
or batteries that can store way more energy,
Okay.
or even figure out how to do fusion energy.
Wow.
Those are just a few examples.
That's like a whole new world.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
It's so exciting.
It's really cool.
Okay, so before we get too carried away dreaming about the future, I want to go back to Willow for a second, okay? It seems like there's more to it than just like cramming in as many qubits as possible.
Yeah.
Like what else is going on there?
So they really focused on the design and the engineering.
Okay.
They built it at their facility in Santa Barbara,
Okay.
and they optimized everything,
Yeah.
like the chip's architecture,
Yeah.
the individual qubits themselves.
So it's not just quantity, it's like quality too.
Exactly.
Wow. So what were some of the key improvements that they made?
One of the biggest was the coherence time.
Coherence time.
So that's how long a qubit can stay in its quantum state.
Okay.
And they made it 5 times better.
5 times better.
Yeah, that means they can hold on to quantum information for much longer.
Wow, that's a game changer.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Okay, so I can't help but wonder about this. What about combining quantum computing with AI?
Oh, that's a really cool idea.
Like, what could that look like?
So imagine AI systems that can learn and solve problems way faster than anything we have now. Quantum computers could really boost AI.
In what ways?
Well, they could help AI analyze huge amounts of data,
Right.
find patterns that we can't even see,
Right.
solve problems that are just too complex for regular computers.
So we could see breakthroughs in like all sorts of fields.
Yeah, totally.
Wow, so Google's not the only one in this race, right?
Oh, no.
Like who else is out there working on quantum computing?
Microsoft, IBM, a bunch of others.
Okay.
They're all trying to achieve quantum supremacy.
So it's like a global competition,
Yeah.
but it sounds like Google is kind of in the lead right now.
Well, Willow has definitely set a high bar.
It has.
It's shown everyone what's possible.
So what was the reaction like when Willow was announced?
Well, Alphabet's stock went up 5%.
Whoa.
So investors are definitely paying attention.
Okay, so where do we go from here? What's next for Google?
They have a roadmap.
Okay.
Their first goal is to achieve what they call useful quantum advantage.
Useful quantum advantage.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It means showing that their quantum computers can solve real-world problems better than any classical computer.
Okay, so it's not just about being the fastest or the most powerful.
Yeah.
It's about actually making a difference.
Exactly.
And then what comes after that?
Their ultimate goal is to build a fully error-corrected quantum computer.
Fully error corrected, so like no more errors at all.
Well, ideally,
Wow.
it would be able to maintain its quantum state for a really long time,
Okay.
do really complex calculations without any interruptions.
Wow, so what kind of problems could we solve with that?
They're talking about revolutionizing medicine materials,
Right.
science energy,
Wow.
solving problems related to climate change, disease, even understanding the universe.
That's mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible.
Okay, so for our listeners out there who are like, whoa, I want to learn more about this,
Yeah.
where should they go?
Google has a lot of great resources online.
Okay.
They have open source materials, educational resources.
That's great.
Yeah, they're really trying to make this accessible to everyone.
I love that.
It's important.
It is.
Yeah.
And this is just the beginning of our deep dive into the world of quantum computing.
Yeah, there's so much more to explore.
There is.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
So before we move on, I just want to touch on something we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
This idea that Willow speed might be because it's tapping into parallel universes.
Right. The multiverse.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
Like, imagine if that's actually true.
It's a fascinating possibility.
It really is. Okay, but for now, let's focus on the practical stuff.
Okay.
You mentioned this synergy between quantum computing and AI.
Yes.
Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Sure. So imagine AI systems that have the power of quantum computing. They could analyze so much data,
Right.
find patterns we can't even see,
Yeah.
and solve problems that are just way too complex for regular computers.
So it's like giving AI a super boost.
Exactly.
What kind of problems could we solve with this kind of quantum AI?
Well, one example is drug discovery. Imagine simulating molecules at a quantum level.
Wow.
We could design personalized medicine for each person's DNA.
That's incredible.
It could revolutionize healthcare.
What other fields could benefit from this quantum AI?
Oh, tons of them.
Like what?
Material science, for
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Imagine designing new materials with incredible properties.
Okay.
We could create super efficient solar panels,
Right.
or maybe even crack the code of nuclear fusion.
Wow. Those are some big challenges.
They are, but that's the power of quantum AI.
It's like we're on the verge of solving some of humanity's biggest problems.
Yeah, it's really exciting, but we also need to think about the ethical implications.
That's a good point.
Any powerful technology comes with responsibility.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So how do we make sure we're using quantum computing for good?
It's a complex issue,
Yeah.
but open discussion is key.
Okay.
We need to involve experts, policymakers, and the public.
Right.
We need to consider all the potential risks and benefits.
To make sure everyone benefits from this technology?
That's
Okay, so you mentioned Google's roadmap for quantum computing.
right.
Can you walk us through some of the milestones they're aiming for?
Well, their first big goal is to achieve what they call useful quantum advantage.
Useful quantum advantage.
It means showing that their quantum computers can actually solve real-world problems
Okay.
better than any classical computer.
So it's not just theoretical anymore.
No, it's about practical application.
And what's the next step after that?
Their ultimate goal is to build a fully error-corrected quantum computer.
Fully error corrected.
Yeah.
So no more errors at all.
Ideally, yes.
That sounds amazing.
Oh.
What could we do with a computer like that?
Well, they believe it could revolutionize fields like medicine materials, science energy.
Right, we talked about that.
Yeah, it could lead to breakthroughs that could change the world.
It's incredibly to think about.
It really is.
Okay, so for our listeners who are maybe just tuning in,
Yep.
can you give us a quick recap of why Willow is such a big deal?
Sure. So Willow is the first quantum chip to show subthreshold error rates,
Right.
which means the errors actually go down as you add more qubits.
Wow.
This is huge because it means we can build bigger, more powerful quantum computers.
That can actually tackle real-world problems.
Exactly.
And we can't forget about Willow's speed.
Right.
It's just mind-blowingly fast.
It really highlights the potential of quantum computing.
So Willow has definitely made a big splash.
It's shown the world that quantum computing is becoming a reality.
And for anyone who wants to stay informed about this exciting field,
Yeah,
be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
definitely.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the potential benefits of quantum computing,
Yeah,
but we also need to talk about the risks.
you're right.
There's always a flip side to any powerful technology.
True.
So after a quick break, we'll delve into the darker side of quantum computing.
And discuss the challenges that lie ahead.
So we've talked about all the amazing things quantum computing could do.
Yeah, the potential is huge.
But like any powerful technology, there's always another side to the coin.
Exactly. There are some potential downsides we need to consider.
Okay, so let's dive into that. What are some of the concerns that come to mind when you think about quantum computing?
Well, one of the biggest is cybersecurity.
Okay.
As quantum computers get more powerful, they could pose a threat to our encryption.
Encryption, that's what keeps our online information safe, right?
Exactly. Everything from financial transactions to personal data is protected by encryption.
So a powerful enough quantum computer could break that encryption.
It's a possibility, and that's a scary thought.
It is like having a master key that can unlock anything.
Pretty much, so we need to be prepared.
So what can we do to protect ourselves against this?
Luckily, researchers are already working on new encryption methods,
Okay.
ones that are resistant to quantum attacks.
That's good to hear. So it's like an arms race
You could say that.
between those trying to protect our data and those trying to break into it.
Exactly. It's a constant battle.
So cybersecurity is a big one. What other societal implications should we be thinking about?
Well, another concern is job displacement.
Right, because quantum computers could automate a lot of tasks.
Yeah, jobs that are currently done by humans could be done by machines.
So what happens to those people?
That's a question we need to address.
It's like that fear of technology taking over human jobs.
It's a valid concern.
So how do we navigate this transition?
Well, we need to start thinking about retraining programs,
Okay.
giving people the skills they need to adapt to this new landscape.
So like new job opportunities that are created by quantum computing.
Exactly. We need to focus on creating new industries.
So it's not just about replacing jobs, it's about creating new ones.
Right. It's a shift in the workforce.
Are there any other ethical considerations that we need to address?
Access to this technology is a big one.
Okay.
We need to make sure it's not just concentrated in the hands of a few. We need open access and collaboration.
So everyone can benefit from quantum computing.
Exactly. It should be used for the betterment of humanity as a whole.
That's a really important point. So it sounds like we're walking a tightrope here.
Yeah, there are both incredible opportunities and potential risks.
So how do we make sure we're using this technology responsibly?
I think the key is open and honest dialogue.
Okay.
We need to have conversations about the implications of quantum computing.
Involving everyone.
Exactly. We need experts, policymakers and the public to all be part of the conversation.
To make sure we're all on the same page.
Yeah, it's a collective effort.
So it's a call to action for everyone listening.
Absolutely. We need to be informed and engaged.
Quantum computing has the power to change the world, but we need to make sure it's for the better.
I completely agree. We need to be mindful of the ethical considerations and use this technology wisely.
What's been a fascinating journey exploring the world of quantum computing with you?
It's been a pleasure.
We've covered so much today, from the basics to the potential benefits and risks.
It's a complex and rapidly evolving field.
It is, but I think we've given our listeners a good overview of what's happening.
Hopefully.
So to wrap things up, I just want to say that the future of quantum computing is bright. It holds incredible promise for solving some of the world's biggest challenges.
But it's up to all of us to guide its development and ensure it's used for good.
That's right. And if you want to stay informed about all the exciting developments in this field, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
We'll keep you updated on all things quantum.
And that's a wrap for today. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.
Thanks, everyone.